Day 34. I think I want to do some baking today. I'm going to do that recipe that I talked about yesterday. And I also have cauliflower. And I need to do something with said cauliflower. And I did find a recipe online for these cauliflower fry things that I might make. We'll see. But I'm definitely going to do the banana thing. And I will definitely film doing the banana thing. Because seriously, this cuisine Moroccan is like the coolest. It's my new, you know how you go down like a rabbit hole on YouTube sometimes? This is mine. Like, I want to make all the recipes. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of the ingredients because there's one, it's a almost like a croissant, but it's stuffed with cheese. I know, right? But I don't have the ingredients. Where these banana ones, I happen to have the ingredients because I happen to have bought bananas on my last one. Because I needed them for something else. So, yay! So I will be doing the banana ones today, and then hopefully the croissant ones in a few weeks. They're gonna be so good. They look so good. And you get to knead dough. You get to make dough and knead it. Yep. Super stoked. Super stoked. Okay. So I am going to be making the a recipe that I saw on a YouTube channel called Cuisine Moroccan. So it looks like it's a banana cake. It reminded me a lot of a pineapple upside down cake that I used to make. So here, got sugar in the bottom of this, and it said 2 bananas, but for this pan, I used about a banana and a half. Pretty much you want to cover the bottom of the pan. And also that sugar, she didn't say specifically how much, but you kind of want that nice layer, a nice layer you want to be able to see through the pan, it looks like, but not coated in it. You want to get a nice caramel color with the bananas is kind of what you're going for. So in this bowl, I've got 7 grams of vanilla. So that translates to about a half tablespoon, which, because it was in metric, it was all in grams and milliliters. So I tried to convert it as closely as I could to tablespoons and cups. So here, so the vanilla, we have 80 grams of sugar, which equals just about under half a cup. So if you have a total of just over half a cup between that and this, then that probably would be enough. 1 egg, 150 milliliters of milk, or 2/3 of a cup. 60 milliliters of vegetable oil, or about 1/4 of a cup is what's in here. So in here I have my dry ingredients. So this is 150 grams of flour, which equaled about 1.5 cups, and 8 grams of baking powder, which equaled about 1 tablespoon. So you want to kind of add this. It looked like she was adding it in batches. And just mix it in each time. You can kind of feel it getting more more proper batter consistency. And that's kind of. And then we're just gonna pour this over top of the bananas. And then just use a spatula to kind of scrape all of that out. Unfortunately, I can't do that with one hand, so I'll come back when that's all scraped out. So there it is. I did kind of spread it out a little bit, to try to cover as much of the banana as I could. And then, according to the video, you cover it and put it on low. Very, very low, if I am understanding correctly. Because it makes sense, because according to the video, it's about 20 minutes. So, we'll see. I'll come back and check on it, and we'll take a look. Okay, I think I had it on too low, because 20 minutes is up, and it was nowhere near done. So I put it on for another 15 and turned it up to 3 on the burner. So hopefully that'll work. So yeah, definitely had it too low. It looks like 3 is the ultimate timer. Sorry. See, that's what it's on. Whoa. Now. Sorry, I haven't quite figured obviously out the angle of the camera. And it is, see, you can kind of see the progress that's being made there. Still not quite done because she was able to touch it and it was solid. So, or relatively solid anyway. So I'm gonna leave it alone a little bit longer, and the timing will be off because it wasn't at the appropriate level at the beginning. So just you'll have to kind of do what I'm doing. If you want to make it, you'll kind of have to do what I'm doing and judge based on what's happening with your own, based on what it's supposed to be like. So that didn't work out at all as it was supposed to. I don't know. I would probably say I need to add more sugar. And that maybe spray the pan. And maybe 3 is even too low. 3 might even be too low. Because it did not caramelize at all. I might not even show it. We'll see. I made it, it tastes good. It tastes really good, and that's the upside of baking, is even if you screw it up, it probably will taste really good. So yeah, so I did kind of reshaped it. So we'll see if it's visually yeah, I think part of my problem is it's kind of like a pancake, a thick pancake, and I tend to be impatient, so I think that was part of the issue. A, it was too low, and B, I was too impatient. So we'll see. We'll see if I can fix it. Yeah, that's not what it's supposed to turn out like. Nope. I might have enough to do a smaller one. I think I'm going to try a smaller one tomorrow. And spray my pan, use more sugar, and start off at 3 right off the bat. That's what I'm going to do. Because that is not like what it's supposed to look like in the slightest. I'm going to post the link to the video that I used below this. But yeah, it tastes good though, surprisingly. Okay, I still may prefer in-person grocery shopping to online grocery shopping. But seriously, I love grocery shopping. I'm excited. There's a few recipes I want to try, so I'm excited going through those recipes and looking to see the ingredients I need and getting the ingredients. The online, I guess not so much the online part of it, I guess it's now what we're in, because online it wouldn't usually be that bad, but it's a fact I have to wait 2 weeks for it. So I'm all excited about making these recipes, but I can't make them right now because I don't have the ingredients. And I think that's the most frustrating part for me is, but but I love grocery shopping. I think I love grocery shopping like most women love like clothes shopping or accessory shopping. Like I love grocery shopping so much. It's so cool to see all the ingredients and just, oh my gosh, what can I do with these? And oh my gosh, how's this gonna taste? And all that. Yes, I like. So it's nice. It's exciting starting it, and then it's nice too because I've discovered I book the slot, and then I can change it. So it's not as bad as like I need to know what I'm gonna need then. Now, I mean, there's obviously the few basics. I mean, milk. I go through milk all the time. And then the cheese. I go through a lot of cheese. I love cheese. Love cheese. You know, those type of basic things that I know I'm gonna need for sure. And yeah, and then just kind of see what else, kind of try to plan more. I guess that's the ticket. It's forcing me to plan more. Ugh, the one good thing that comes out of this, my mom would be very happy about that one thing, is we've got a plan. I think I might ask my dad how he's doing that next time, because he was the type that would go to the grocery store like 3 times a day because he didn't plan properly. So I wonder how he's doing with not being able. I mean, he's also my mom was also on a more more specific diet than my dad is. My dad's just a picky eater. So you know that's probably helping him not go to the store as much, even without this. But yeah, I wonder. I'm gonna have to check to see how he's handling not being able to go to the store as often as he used to. Yeah. Okay, so after my not 100% successful pancake thing this morning, I wanted to make soda bread, and I've talked about this for a bit now. So one of the things I noticed, though, a lot of recipes had buttermilk, and I A, don't have buttermilk, and I B, don't have buttermilk because buttermilk is gross. So I'm not also going to get it just for a recipe because I won't drink it. So I did find a recipe that instead of buttermilk, it uses ingredients that would mimic what buttermilk would do. So right here, I've already mixed in the dry ingredients, our flour, a little teeny bit of sugar, baking powder, baking soda, and then the wet ingredients, vinegar and water. And that is, I believe, it. I will definitely post the website where I got the recipe from down below this video here, as always. So there'll be actually 2 posts with recipes in this video, I think. If you can post a link to YouTube in a YouTube. I don't know if you can do that. But if you can, there'll be 2. This one was not from YouTube, so this one will definitely be down there. So I'm just mixing it up. And this is where I also got some yeast, and I'm going to be getting more flour. Because there's just something, I love handling dough. I don't know what it is, there's just something therapeutic about kneading the dough. You just knead that dough until everything is properly mixed up and you develop that blend in the flour. So relaxing. Some of my favorite days when I was in school, in the bakery section of school, was when I was on the doughs section. Because even though we made like, I don't know how many buns, just that feel of it, rolling, kneading, developed some good arm muscles during those, I think it was like 1 week or something I was on that station, 1 or 2 weeks. It's just comforting. It's just, I don't know. Despite the fact that baking, especially, luckily this one is a super simple one and doesn't use yeast. But But baking is one of those, especially when it uses yeast, you've got to be, and fresh yeast, you have to be super exact down to the water temperature. So it definitely is a challenge getting it perfect in that sense. But it's still fun, and one of the reasons why I'm not a baker is I don't like mornings, and bakers tend to be mornings, but also I don't like being super exact. And I like experimenting with it, and sometimes it does work out, and sometimes it doesn't work out exactly perfectly. But when it's just for you or just for family and friends, it's okay. So, got a nice glutinous developed dough ball here, and I've picked up most of the flour. So that is also a good sign. It's nice and everything is properly mixed. I'm gonna okay, so you just need to then shape the dough just in a nice kind of ball like that, and then take a knife and just kind of create an X for that steam to escape from. And then just clean up, and I'll be back once that is done. So there it is, the soda bread. As soon as it came out of the oven, I brushed it with melted butter. So I'm gonna let it cool a little bit, and then we'll cut into it. So that was interesting. It's good with cheese on it. Of course it is. Everything's better with cheese. And for vegans out there, nutritional yeast. That gives a good cheesy flavor. And everybody, nutritional yeast, because nutritional yeast is supposedly really healthy for you. It tastes really good too. On salads, oh, so good. So good. And it doesn't matter if it's like an oil and vinegar dressing or like a creamy ranch dressing. It's so good. Anyway, I digress. So yeah, my first time making the soda bread. I can't say, I mean, it's okay. It was fun to make the dough. And it was like, but for, I don't know, it just was kind of, It's fine. It's good when you don't have very many ingredients, and you don't have the time for like yeast. Although it takes a long time to bake, but you don't have to worry about the yeast rising, and as I mentioned, as you can see, it's not very many ingredients. So that's helpful. So it's definitely good in that sense. Will I make it again? Probably not. Especially now that I'm getting yeast. I'm going to be able to make yeast bread. But yeah, it was definitely fun. I'm glad I did it. So yeah, today was strongly about cooking. Yeah. It's fun. I like cooking. I miss cooking. I miss cooking for other people, and I think it's funny. I had to laugh. I was watching the video of me, ironically not the banana one, but the Irish soda bread, and kind of laughing that here I am doing videos of in the midst of this pandemic, doing videos of what I'm doing, and that happens to involve cooking. And I distinctly remember, this is somewhat embarrassing, but I'm gonna go with it anyway. Growing up, I've always loved cooking. Like, I wanted to be a chef since I was little. And one of the things that doing all this filming has brought back for me is how much I used to pretend whenever I was cooking that I was on a cooking show. So much. So it's so weird actually talking to a camera that it's just like, and it's a good thing, like, editing, yeah, it's interesting to when you're trying to film it yourself. It makes it a little bit harder. I do somewhat wish that I had somebody else to film it, because then it would be a little bit better. uh, but still, like, it's kind of funny how, who would have thought that, you know, those childhood years of cooking, uh, that I would be here filming myself, putting on this thing called the internet. Okay, not this thing called the internet. I'm not that old. I mean, I do remember when it wasn't huge and we had to go to an office to use the internet. Um, but yeah, and putting it all out and just, I don't know. It's funny how life is sometimes. Like, things that some things happen your whole life, and I always knew I wanted to deal with food, but some of the twists and turns my career has taken, it's not what I expected, in both good and bad. But yeah, it's kind of, it's interesting. And that's like not even since I was a kid too, like even in my teen years, even in my 20s, like I mean, maybe not quite 5 years ago, but like 10 years ago, I would never have been able to picture that I'd be here. I mean, pandemic aside, because obviously, I mean, I'm not a scientist, or I don't follow that type of thing, so I definitely could not have predicted it. Whether or not other people did, you know, I mean, obviously we couldn't predict exactly this. I mean, there was warning. Anyway, I digress. That's not my point. My point was that 10 years ago, that even like I would never have pictured where my life path has taken me at this point. So, yeah, it's weird. It's weird what having time does. And just and I think too, also part of it was, 10 years I didn't recognize that I had anxiety either. So that I did have it, but I didn't recognize I had it. So I think that that's the other thing. That's kind of like, wow. Huh. It's yeah. I don't know. Yeah. More philosophy. I tell you, the longer we're stuck here, the more philosophical or whatever, the more random thoughts you're gonna get, because I don't have coworkers or friends to share them with. Well, I mean, I do, but not on the same level that, I have to actually like randomly be like, hey guys, like call them, or I can't just, say it when it comes into my head like I would be if I was at work or out with my friends, that type of thing. So instead, everybody else gets it. Anyway, yeah, I think that's it for tonight. So, have a good night, and see what tomorrow brings.